Hey everyone, join us for a very special Jeremiah Wonders Roadcast next week with Joel Jimenez.
Yeah, tune in, you freaking dorks.
March 21st is my special daddy on this YouTube channel. Tell all your friends and tune in. And come see me on tour live March 11th in Huntington Beach. Then you can see me in Houston, Austin, New York City, Las Vegas, Kansas City, and more. Tickets at jeremiahwatkins.com. Now let's get into this episode with Johnno Wilson on Jeremiah Wonders.
Hey, that's a cactus.
I have an STD.
Jams,
Deandra,
did you get on to me?
I don't know. You're going to have to get checked out.
Listen, this is me yelling at the top of my lungs.
Listen to me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I came off so tough. I never want to be tough with you because I know you're a sweet soul.
Sticky icky.
Just a little, Mr.
No,
White.
Jesse. You know, if he needs to be taught about history by a drag queen, then let him be taught history by a drag queen. No, I see it in your face. No, don't go off on that right now. Oh, Buzz. No, Buzz. No, Buzz. No, Buzz. Nice.
Recording.
We're in good shape.
I never want to be the guy who records an entire podcast and then I'm like, we didn't get it.
Hey, we have to do some ADR.
Yeah.
Like some backwards ADR.
Yeah. This is gonna be
Just listen and mouth all the words.
You remember the bits we did, right?
Yeah.
You remember the bits we improvised, right? We might keep all this. I don't know.
Who knows? It all works.
I kind of like it. Could.
Yeah. This is how you settle into a podcast.
This is how you settle in.
Oh yeah.
Jeremiah and Johnno in the morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, welcome back.
Welcome back. The morning drive is out of control.
Oh, it's hard out there for a pew.
Oh, it sure is. Excuse my soundboard.
Johnno is on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Johnno Wilson, my buddy, is on the show. Welcome, Johnno, to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, he's on the show.
Yeah, I'm on the show. We're on the show. It's fantastic to be here.
Yes. And Johnno and I know each other from actually a long time ago.
A long time ago.
Doesn't that feel like a different lifetime?
It really does. It was like the beginning of the Groundlings, right?
Yeah.
It was like, what was it? Was it like the characters one? The characters, like level 2 at the Groundlings?
Yeah.
Probably 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Unreal.
It's crazy. I started doing Groundlings. I think this would have been probably, right around 2012.
Yeah.
Probably. It would have been right around there.
Yeah. I moved in 2011.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. So I met Johnno in at Groundlings. We were doing their level 2 before you. The way it works over there, they do kind of their intro class with improv and stuff like that, and then you get bumped up to if you pass, you get to the second level with characters.
Yeah.
And then if you pass that, you're on a wait list for writing lab.
Wait lists on wait lists on wait lists for the next one. I hated that level 2 class, to be honest with you. But I will say, you really stood out to me in that class. I really remember that. I was like, this guy's got something. He's got something.
I always like doing scenes with you.
Yeah. Well, and here we are. Doing scenes together.
Years later. It only took another decade for us to...
Look at us.
No, but we've ran into each other at different stand-up shows over the years and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how the scene works, is like you start off with people and then they come in and out of your lives over the years. It's so bizarre.
I think that happens in like TV and film too, which like you start to notice that people are working with people they just like.
Yeah.
You know?
At the end of the day, that's all you want to do, because this industry is so hard that you're like, why would I surround myself with people that aren't enjoyable to be around?
Totally. And there are so many talented people. There are people who can do it. I mean, how many times are you watching a TV show and you're like, I know 100 people who could do that role.
Dude, I've been on set and people are ready to try to outperform me while I've already booked the thing.
Wait, what do you mean? There are extras who are like, I went out for that role.
No,
I'm going to show the director how much worse Jeremiah is.
They have that energy about them where they're like,
gross.
Like, you know, if you mess up a line, hey, can I take that again? Like the background's like, do I need to step in here?
Oh my God.
I've definitely been on sets like that where I'm like being looked at like where they're like, can't believe they booked this guy.
I like when I started doing, I like did extra work to get like my SAG card at
Same
the
here.
very beginning.
Yeah.
And I like,
What were some of the shows that you did?
well, I only did when I was still living in Massachusetts. I did a movie called The Great Debaters starring Denzel Washington. Oh. And like my buddy and I just like drove up and decided to do it. It was before I even thought I would move out here or do any of this stuff. And I just remember like we had to sit in like an audience of a great debate that was obviously happening in the movie. There were many great debates in that movie. And I just remember being so sad around the other people who were like sitting near me, like, 55-year-old guy being like, I heard Denzel's doing this movie because his son read the script and said that he should do it. And I was like, oh God, you just stop. You like, or people like acting and they're in the dark way back. There's no way they're going to be seen. And someone makes a point in a debate and they're like, oh my God, yeah.
They're
that is a
overreacting,
good-
like,
that is a
huge.
good point. I'm like, the camera can't see
they can't
you,
see
man.
you at all.
Yeah.
This isn't your my mom, when I started doing background work, my mom seriously thought that Spielberg was going to like discover me through background work.
Wasn't there a part of you that kind of thought like maybe they will see that I'm not one of these idiots overacting and I'm just living in the moment as an extra?
That's what we all have told ourselves.
Of course. I was like, Denzel's right there. I can see him. And they like, you think that there's something special about you because it was probably the second AD was like, you and just picked a girl. And like, we like walked in to our seats at the beginning of the scene. And I was like, they see something in me. They see something in me.
Because we need those little things to keep us going because we're insane for leaving wherever we're from to go pursue this.
Yes.
You need those little victories along the way where you're like, that's a huge break.
Yeah.
I'm walking. These other idiots are sitting.
Yeah. They're doing nothing.
Yeah.
I've got a part.
Yeah. My legs are in this.
Yeah. And I remember like when the movie came out, like one of my brother's friends was like, your walk is so good. And I was like, that's a good friend.
Supportive friend.
That's a good
dude.
friend.
That's so nice.
Yeah. I did that. And then the only other one I did was, you remember that movie, The Incredible Burt Wonderstone?
Of course. Yeah.
So I drove to Vegas for 3 days and like through a friend, they hooked me up with the extra casting person who was, a little inappropriate with me at some points, like asking me to get drinks after and stuff. And I was like, no, dude, I'm just here for the SAG card. And I was like in the scene where there's like a scene where Jim Carrey's doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And as a street magician. And it was actually kind of crazy to see him. Like he was doing like a thing where he pulled a card out of his face or something like that.
Sure.
And before the scene started, he like got down into a ball on the ground and screamed bloody murder.
Really?
They were before they said action. He like was like, all right, we'll go in a couple seconds. And he got on the ground. And he was just like, yeah. And I was like, this dude's insane.
Oh, he goes for it.
He goes
Our
for
boy
it.
goes for it.
He goes for it.
I wish we could go home, our boy.
Yeah, right.
Our boy goes for it.
No,
man.
I did get drinks with him after that. No.
Yeah.
He yelled at an extra though at one point because
What did they do?
He was like doing a scene and one of the extras was like, "Wow, that's amazing," and he was like, "Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do what?
React. You're supposed to be when you're an extra. You don't make the noise. You just mouth the noises. You know."
Oh, he was teaching them how to be an extra.
Well, the guy like yelled out in the middle of a take.
He said, "Wow, that's amazing."
He was like, "That's amazing," and he was like, he stopped.
he
the
ruined
scene.
he probably ruined the take. Yeah.
And Jim's like, don't do that. Don't do that. And I was like, don't mess with Jim Carrey.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, dude.
It's not all. Don't mess with our boy.
No, not our boy.
No, not our boy.
Not
Our boy. Yeah. I did that. Oh, and then I did some other one where there was like a dancing scene and there's no music, So you're just dancing to nothing in like a club and that's incredibly awkward.
Yeah. No music? How long? How long were you dancing for no music?
Well, you think it like the scene was probably like 10 seconds long in the movie. I don't even forget. It was like a Lifetime movie or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like probably not even 10 seconds in the actual thing. And when you're doing it, they're calling cut and doing it again. And it's like dancing to no music around a bunch of strangers for 30 seconds feels like a goddamn eternity.
Oh, yeah.
It's horribly awkward. Horribly awkward. So those are the 3 background.
Are you good at leaning into the uncomfort? Are you?
No.
No?
Not at all. Like, I didn't study acting or anything. Like, I did one acting class my senior year in college just to get an A.
Sure.
And they did that thing where you like walk around in a circle and you make eye contact with people.
Oh, yeah.
That sent me. I was like,
You hated that.
I'm not looking at these people. I didn't realize how tough it was to make eye contact with
For long
someone you don't know.
Yeah, extended periods of time. Yeah.
That's
As
something
we
I'm
start
still working on.
looking
Of course, as I'm saying that, I'm
Yeah.
like, just look at Jeremiah. Prove that you've
conquered
grown.
this fear
Yeah.
as an actor over the years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, people at home really like it when we look right into the lens of the camera while we podcast. We don't even look at each other for the whole time.
the whole
We just
time.
look right into the lens.
Yeah. It's great
Yeah.
catching up with you, Jeremiah.
Yeah, it
This
really is
fun.
nice seeing you too, Johnno.
Yeah. You look great. Healthy.
You look fantastic. You know
Thanks.
what? I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
You actually ran into my buddy at a spin class yesterday, Rick
Glassman. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look at us. We're right on the same. We're saying the same things at the same time. We're right on cue with each other.
Yeah, it's like we're reading each other's
Minds. That's good. That was.
See, that's what groundlings gets you.
Thank you, groundlings. Thank you,
Years
groundlings.
of training.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, Johnno went the groundlings path with his comedy when we were both in there, and I decided to kind of use what I was learning at Second City and groundlings and kind of go into stand up like full force.
Yeah.
Only reason being, though, you know what it came down to?
What?
Was the scheduling.
What do you mean?
The scheduling with the writing lab and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Dude, it was like, for me, I'm a guy who I am very diligent and I will work something a certain way, but if something repeats over and over where like I'm like, well, that's just a sign or whatever.
Yeah.
I had started touring, like featuring a little bit of headlining, but mainly featuring and hosting and going on the road back then. Just mainly featuring and hosting for people on the road. All the writing labs that they had were Thursday, Saturday for the longest time.
Yeah.
I finally got one after years of waiting. They kept saying Thursday, Saturday, we're writing labs. And I was like, okay, well, I can't do that because if I miss more than one, you're out.
Done.
I finally got one that was a Monday, Wednesday, and then they canceled it on me. And then it went right back to Thursday, Saturday for every single ones.
It's a sign, man.
And I was like, that's a sign, dude.
It's a sign.
That's a sign.
Yeah. When you move to LA, you learn that, man,
You gotta
the
follow the
universe
green
does have
lights,
a
man.
plan. It has a plan.
But I did follow up and check the multiple one. And there's like whatever it is, 3 or 4 months in between.
Yeah.
The next 2 were still Thursday, Saturday. And I was like,
it.
I
you didn't
can't.
need it. You got what you got from level 2.
Right.
Look at you now.
There you go.
Look at you now.
I preferred the Second City program to the 2 that I did at Groundlings.
Yeah.
I did their conservatory over Second City.
Uh-huh.
And the one that you were talking about, the characters one, I butted heads with them so much because I was like, I didn't agree with the problem with if you take other schooling and you don't open your mind up enough, you don't want to play other people's game.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
It's almost like you know what you like and what you
works
know at
for
that
you.
point.
Totally.
And because they kept telling me the thing that I struggled with, they're like, play everything to a 10.
Yeah.
So I would.
Yeah.
And then the teachers would pull me aside. They're like, well, I had a teacher at Groundlings. They go, your 10 isn't even on our scale.
Like it was like at a 25. You're like, well, I can play to a 6.
Right, exactly.
Just tell me I have to play to my
that's
6.
That's what he had to end up telling me. He's like, your scale is so different from ours.
But and you disagreed. You were like, no, my 10 is correct.
No. I was like, you wanting everything to a 10, right? Like, because those would be the scenes that would kill in class.
Totally.
So I would go to a 10 and then like it would do well, but then the teacher was like, "What are you doing?"
Here's the thing about the groundlings, though. Like you're like a victim to whoever your director is.
True.
So if your director likes you and likes your brand of comedy,
Yeah.
you excel. And like when I did, because the Sunday Company was like 6 months, and then you get voted on and you do 6 months, and it's a show every Sunday. It's like SNL.
Yeah.
And 2 of those 6 months, I had directors who like didn't really either like me or get me or whatever it was. And those were really difficult 6 months.
I'm sure they were.
And then the one in the middle, I had a director, Karen Maruyama, who was amazing, and she really loved me. So like she would sometimes put me in stuff that was not good enough to be on stage.
Right.
But she would let me try it. And like, you need that kind of stuff. I mean, like you're doing it with stand up all the time. Like
Yeah.
you need to be able to just throw it out there
Yeah.
and see what works. And she allowed me to do, and that's when SNL came, thank God,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
not that it did anything for me, but
But you've gotten super close with
I got close. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
close. I remember I did like this the first time I tested, I was like,
John and I have been messaging each
Yeah, we
other for
talked about
years,
this.
by the way. We're just like, you hear anything? of
"You hear
this yet?
anything?
What's going on?
Are they coming to LA? Have they been here?
Do you
think
hear
they-
anybody else that sent in stuff?
Do you say, oh, that person sucks. We
Wait,
became
what?
the background actress that were like,
Right, totally.
how did they fly that guy out?
Really?
He sucks.
Or just like more like interesting.
Yeah.
As soon as you start throwing the interesting out there,
Yeah.
like people,
Yeah, right.
you know that people feel a certain way
It's
about
code.
that.
It's code.
You know,
Oh.
that's interesting.
Interesting choice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will never work.
That's what they're going for this year. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
it. Yeah, they wouldn't bring me out because I'm better than that.
Sure.
But I remember like the second time they flew me out, I was like, I had like given them all my A shit the first time, you know?
What was walk us through there's the listeners and the viewers, they're all comedy fans.
Yeah,
So what
yeah.
were some of the characters or the impressions that you did?
So the first time we found out they were coming, and the woman that was doing the casting is this woman, Lindsay Schultz. And it was like right when she had started dating Ben Affleck. And so they were supposed to come to one of our shows, and then from the show they would like fly people out. And so we knew
This
they
was a Sunday company show or
this
a main
is a
company?
Sunday company show.
Okay.
And so we knew Lindsay was coming this one night. So our director was like, we're going to do a best of show to showcase all of you. We were
yeah.
all like so nervous and everything. And she was going to bring Ben, and something happened where like he didn't want to come in the back entrance, or there was some weird thing.
Just
and
to paint a picture of the Groundlings Theater for you guys who've never been there.
Yeah.
It's an intimate theater where if you walk in the front, it's like flights of rows of chairs that
Yeah.
fold out, kind of, right?
Yeah.
That like theater style seating,
Yeah.
arena, whatever you call it, that goes straight up. If you walk in the front door, everyone's going to
Everyone
see
sees you.
who's going to be walking through the front
Yes.
door. So that's why he doesn't want to go through the front door.
Right,
Continue.
right. And so something happened there, and she ended up not coming. And we were like, well, what the hell is going to happen now? And then they set up like an actual showcase, which was just like what they do at the test. So they said there are only 7 people in the Sunday company. We'll see all of them. And then we'll see a couple more people. One was Heidi Gardner, who's on the show now. And
Was Heidi at that time, was she was just a funny person that they're like, we want to showcase her as well?
I'm not sure if she had just done JFL, but she did it that
Gotcha.
year. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if she had like, they at least knew that she was
She'd
doing
done
it.
the characters at JFL or
Yeah,
something
exactly.
like that.
So they were like, let's see her at the Groundlings. And so I did like 10 impressions that were just like quick impressions, you know, like I would do like, one of them was like Owen Wilson lying when responding to a yes or no question. And I just said, you know, saying, yeah. And that was it. You know, just like little things like
Yeah,
that.
they're like almost like micro impressions.
Micro impressions.
Yeah, just to kind of show them I can do a lot of these.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I did like 6 characters that I was doing basically in the show at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So I had like a parochial Massachusetts principal, and, you know, like an angry father who, like I was doing a sketch where, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but like if my mom is angry, it's like my mom, my dad, me, and my brother. And if my mom is angry during the day, like we're all totally on edge. you know, and it can be like about a really small thing. And
Yeah.
so like I was playing a dad that was like, mom is mad. And when mom is mad, we can't relax, you know? So I was like that guy. So I just did those. And afterwards, like we all heard that Lindsay was going to the dark room across the street. And I also like, we had a full audience and it was such a good vibe in there. And I was like, I fucking crushed. Like I crushed. And so we like went to the dark room after and
Now,
Lindsay was there.
When you're told by, I'm guessing somebody at Groundlings, that Lindsay's going to be across the room at the dark room at this bar that's up the street from the Groundlings.
Yeah.
Are they telling you guys should go and follow up?
No, it was like other people, like people who had come to the show had gone to the dark room after and they're like, she's here. She's like at a table with some of the writers. Like, you should come over here. And that's where you went after Groundling shows anyway.
Yeah.
So we're like, perfect. So we went. And of course, I'm like playing it cool. Like, I don't care that she's over there, whatever. And when she was leaving, she walked up to me at the bar and she was like, you had a great show tonight. She was like, that was great. And she walked out and I was like, I'm going to be on SNL.
Right.
And then like 2 weeks later, they called and got like my rep's information and they were like, we're flying you out next week. And so
what, when you get that call, what's going through your head as a comedian?
I was like, if I'm honest with you, like when I moved to LA, I wasn't really focused on like being a comedian. I was
What was the focus when you first
I
moved
wanted
to
to
LA?
be
Just
an actor.
Yeah.
I wanted to be like a comedic actor, but I
Right.
didn't ever think that I could do stand up. I didn't even know like what the schools were. Like I got here and I was like, what do I do now?
Yeah.
And so I just met with people who I knew and they were like, you should either go to UCB or the Groundlings. And I like looked at their websites and on the Groundlings, it was like all the pictures of like Phil Hartman and Will Ferrell and Kristen Wiig and
Michael
Maya
McDonald.
Rudolph. And yeah. And I was like, this is my vibe. So that's when I just started taking classes there and I was like, oh, this, like we were saying, like it just fit with what I wanted to do.
Sure.
And so it kind of led to this point. And when I heard they wanted to fly me out, I was like, yeah, I could see myself on the show. But when I first moved, I was like, someday I'm going to host SNL.
Yeah.
And I never thought of myself as like a cast member. But when it happened, I was like, oh yeah, like based on what I'm doing right now every week at the Groundlings, like I could do it there. I could really do it. And so it was just crazy exciting. And of course it caused like a lot of weird feelings within the Sunday company because most people weren't going. You know, they only called like 3 of us. And so
And you're having to do weekly shows with them still.
yeah, and I had to like miss a show, I think, and like miss one of the pitches, and like everyone who's there doing pitches like knows that I'm in New York, like, which is awkward. I don't know how
Also,
I would.
to give you guys a background, stand up is extremely competitive in general.
Yeah.
Groundlings is very competitive,
Dude.
Just as much, or sometimes even worse, I would say. The cutthroat mentality.
Yeah, I think like something that like hit me when I got to the Groundlings was like maybe in stand up, you know, it's you. You got to do your own thing
Yes.
and you have to like, you know, I don't really do stand up, but I have done it. But like, I feel like you have to compartmentalize and be able to be like, all right, I don't care what they are doing. I know my stuff and I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do me tonight. Yeah.
Exactly. Whereas like in a sketch comedy group, you think it's a team sport, but like there's a lot of shit behind the scenes where people are like rooting against you, or like if you have a sketch that maybe they don't think is good and it's doing well in front of audiences,
Right.
it like pisses people off. And like I know a lot of people, we had like a good cohesive group at that point, and I know a lot of people were like talking shit and like not being happy
Not being
about
supportive.
it.
Yeah.
And I'll also say that like when that happened, I was like, I don't give a shit. Like, see you later, guys. I'm moving to New York. Like I was so
Featuring
yeah.
Bye.
Exactly. And so when I flew out there, they did the whole thing. Have you tested for SNL?
I never have. You know what's so interesting is, and it's nice as a compliment to the, people surrounding me. I've never tested, and I've never I have not gotten very far in the process.
Really?
At all. That's
Surprising.
That's what people say, which
Of
is
course,
nice.
yeah.
But for whatever reason, I cannot, like, I have never tested, and I've not gotten even close to the interest of, like, we're thinking about it or like anything. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, there's also I don't know. Like, there are kind of clubs in this industry, you know,
for
and it's
sure.
like if you know some people and they talk about you to other people, and then it's like that definitely comes into it, I think.
I know a guy who literally he got his showcase because Sandler vouched for him.
I think a lot of people, like Leslie Jones, got it because Chris Rock vouched for her.
Like that big of a vouch is like, whoa, that's
yeah. They've got their head and shoulders above everybody else when they go in for the showcase.
Of course.
But I went in and like I was very confident, and they did that whole thing where they iced you. Like my call time's like 4 p.m. I don't think I went on stage until 9, and like even to the point where they were like, Johnno, you're next. We're moving you to another dressing room. So I moved to another dressing room, and they were like, all right, 15 minutes and you're going on. And I was like, okay, cool. And like half an hour went by, and I was like, all right, it's not that big of a deal. Then an hour went by. Then Lindsay Shookus came in and saw me, and she was like, just do what you did at the Groundlings. It's going to be great. We're excited to see you. And I was like, great sign. And then the stage manager was like, we're going to take a 15-minute break. Another hour went by. And then out of like nowhere, it felt like they were like, all right, let's go. And they bring you like backstage, and then they throw you up on the stage, and like it's pitch black. I can just see Lauren's like white hair there.
Oh my goodness.
And it's like, all right. And they like set up the camera, and it's just, you black out. You completely black out. But I do remember, like, I was walking off, and the camera guy was like, great set, man. And I was like, I was so high. I was like, I'm going to be on this show.
Right.
2 weeks go by. They call me back. We want new stuff. We'll see these impressions again, but we want all new stuff. I was like, guys, I don't have any other stuff.
Yeah.
And then I remember I was doing a character at the Groundlings, which was a gremlin at an HOA meeting. And I thought, this is going to be my Will Ferrell, you know, with the cat thing.
Right.
And I brought like my headpiece, and it didn't work. I remember my agent was like, are you sure you want to do the gremlin thing? Like, I don't know if it'll really translate on your own. And I was like, dude, I know the comedy. Just let me do it. And I remember putting on the headpiece and like jumping around the stage and being like, no, nobody wants a pool. Like doing that as the character.
Right,
and I could
right.
just feel like, that ain't it, you know?
Yeah.
And so I didn't get it.
Well, what year was this?
This was 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
2018.
Yeah.
So just like around 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But now I'm on a show with a bunch of SNL people, which
Dude.
is amazing.
That's how the universe works, man.
Yeah, the universe, man.
The universe, man. You got to follow the green lights, man.
You follow those green lights.
That's what you got to do.
You see those green lights, you go right through it, man.
I love a lot of the impressions that you post online. Obviously, we just heard an amazing Matthew McConaughey. Your Tom Hanks is a really fun one.
Thank you.
That we were talking a little bit about before the podcast.
Yeah.
That you think that, I'll try to do my best. Tim Allen. Do you think that Woody and Buzz could?
I think so.
Could meet up somewhere?
I think so.
Okay. Let me try. I'll do my best.
Okay, great. Great.
Ah, Woody.
Oh, Buzz!
You think it's time for another movie or what?
I sure do. I just hope that you can keep your politics out of this one, because I think the reason we haven't had another Toy Story is because of that, Buzz. I mean, we don't care about the Space Invaders. You know.
Woody, I'm thinking about getting you a Let's Go Brandon bumper sticker for your car.
I don't know Brandon, and I don't want to know him.
Listen, I think if we get on board with some of my politics, I think it'd be good for, the brand.
I think what you need to remember is you are a toy! You're just a toy! A child's plaything!
An American toy.
Well, you were made in China, I hate to tell you.
I've got a lot of opinions about China.
I know you do, Buzz, but we're not here about that. It's about Andy. We have to remember what means the most to Andy. And it's about being able to go to school and learn things about history, about, if he needs to be taught about history by a drag queen, then let him be taught history by a drag queen. No, I see it in your face. No, don't go off on that right now. Oh, Buzz, no Buzz. No, Buzz, no, Buzz, no.
Oh, God.
Oh, gotta love it.
We gotta love it.
My Tim Allen is basically just a manly man.
He's just
voice.
a gruff. Yeah.
He's just a gruff.
He's a gruff guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking of some of your other impressions that you do.
Yeah,
you threw on. What's something that you've been working on lately?
I actually just started. I've been watching the show Your Honor. So I started a Bryan Cranston.
I just got into Breaking Bad.
You just got into it?
Isn't that crazy?
Dude, how far are you into it?
But I do an okay Pinkman.
Shut up.
I do an okay?
All right.
I mean, I've got a good beanie on for it right now.
Yeah, you do. Okay, let's
give this a shot.
Yeah. Jesse, it's time to cook.
Mr. White,
Yes, Jesse.
do you have the stuff or what, Mr. White?
Jesse, of course I have the stuff.
Got the Funyuns, Mr. White.
I know, Jesse, but I don't just have any stuff. The stuff that I have is the best meth in Albuquerque. You ready to get down, you son of a bitch?
I mean, I've got the Funyuns, I've got the Munchies, come on.
Why are you always high, Jesse?
I just smoked a little sticky icky, Mr.
A little
White.
sticky icky.
Just a little,
no,
Mr. White.
God damn it, Jesse! If you put me in this position of having to get you murked, you better understand that I will stop at nothing until you're dead.
You listen to me. You listen to me right now, Mr. White.
Are you doing an impression of me right now,
No,
Jesse?
you listen to me. You're a bitch.
I'm gonna come over there and take everything you love away from you. Your sticky icky.
No.
Your Funyuns.
No, Mr. White.
And by God, if you take one more step, I'll end you.
Listen. If you take my Funyuns and my Munchies, I will stop at nothing, Mr. White. To sell this meth on my own. I'll break our contract. We won't be partners anymore.
The amount of trans fats that you're putting into your system is incredibly
It's
fucked
my
up.
favorite drug, Mr. White. I'm
It's
addicted.
too much, Jesse.
I'm addicted to the trans.
Put the trans down, Jesse!
I can't.
Jesse, put it down!
I can't.
Season 7 of Breaking Bad.
all about the fast food and the bad stuff, the junks.
Oh, God.
The junk food.
I love it. Yeah, I've been working on a Bryan Cranston. I've done, I pop in on Howard Stern and do Mark Wahlberg, and I've been trying to figure out how to get Vince Vaughn on there.
Oh, I love your Vince Vaughn.
The Vince Vaughn is really fun, just because he's always getting upset
and talking really fast.
I do an okay Owen, so let's
Yeah.
see if we can
do
some
it.
Wedding Crasher reunion.
Yeah, I love it. The face too, I love it.
I got the nose for it, yeah.
Yeah, you sure do, my man. But I gotta be honest with you, I love your nose. It's so beautiful.
I was born with this nose. I broke it 17 times.
Did you do that on purpose, my man? Because if you did, I gotta be honest with you, I love the way it looks.
Well, thank you. I've been in a lot of plastic surgeries.
You have?
And they want to do something with it, and I say no.
That's exactly right. You gotta embrace yourself, my man. You look beautiful. And if anybody tells you different, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go up to them and I'll slap them right in the face. Okay?
Vince, is head getting bigger as you get older.
Of course it is. And my hairline's going back further, so it looks even bigger than it actually is, my man. But that's okay. That's part of life. That's how you get old. And you know what? I want to get old with you. Okay? Because I love you so much.
I want to grow old with you, Vince.
I think that's what we're cut out to do.
Do you think that we can do a Wedding Crashers sequel?
I think we can do a Wedding Crashers 2. I think we can do a Wedding Crashers 3. You want to throw Wedding Crashers 4 at me? I'm down. Okay, I'll do whatever you want. All I care about is at the end of our lives, I want to be sitting right next to you. I want to be holding hands, and I want to die together, just like in The Notebook. You know what I'm talking about, my man?
You know, I auditioned for that.
No, you didn't.
I auditioned for The Notebook.
You can do anything. What was the scene you did? Can you give me the scene, please?
Yeah, I was like... that scene when it's raining outside. It's raining.
Did you go out for the Rachel McAdams role?
No.
You went out for Ryan Gosling.
Gosling.
You want me to do?
Gosling's a good guy. He was a good choice.
He's a great guy.
He was a great choice.
He's a beautiful man, but I'll tell you what, he doesn't have the nose you have.
It's true.
I'd give anything for that nose. I might rough myself up a little bit.
I did the scene where I was like, I wrote you 337
Yeah, keep
letters.
going with it. Why didn't you write me? Why the hell didn't you write me, Ryan?
Well, I think that I wasn't loud enough in the scene. It was real. It was raining.
Yeah, no, I can barely hear you. The rain was probably...
It was probably going over my voice a
Yeah,
little
we're in a
bit.
soundstage right now, and I can barely hear you. You got to speak up, my man. Say your truth.
I'm screaming in the top of my...
I'm sorry. What are you saying?
I'm actually screaming.
Why the hell
right now.
won't you just talk to me? Talk to me, Owen. I'm trying to hear what you're saying, and you're trying to communicate love to me. I can't even hear you. I'll shout how much I love you from the rooftops.
Vince,
What's going on with your mouth?
Vince, my nose is resettling in my face right now.
God.
It's been broken so many times. It shifts.
It
and
shifts
moves.
a lot.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I love it. It keeps me guessing, and I love seeing what you're going to come up with next.
Listen, this is me yelling at the top of my lungs. I'm so pissed at you right now.
Oh my God.
I'm so pissed at you right now.
You're moving me. You're moving me as much as your nose is moving on your face, my man. And I love it so much.
I love you, and you're coming at me saying that I don't know how to communicate with you.
Listen to me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I came off so tough. I never want to be tough with you because I know you're a sweet soul. And I want to make sure that I'm always being loving to you.
I'm brittle like a gingerbread cake.
You're brittle like a gingerbread cake. We always say that to each other. What the hell is a gingerbread cake anyway?
It's something I grew up with. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I won't worry about it
Don't
anymore.
worry about it.
Hey, I love you so much.
I wrote you 337 letters.
Why didn't I get them?
Why didn't I get them?
Why didn't I get them?
Why didn't I get that role?
I don't know.
It would have been a very different movie.
It would have been a very different movie. It would have been a quieter movie. And you know what? They probably would have shot on days when there wasn't any rain. Because you know what?
It's true.
You deserve the best. Hey, look at me. I love you.
And I love you, Vince.
I love you so much.
I love you.
That was fun.
That's a good friendship.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. I can watch those guys banter like for so long.
totally.
Just being stuck in it.
I love it.
I saw you do. I do a Will Forte that I'm really proud of.
Oh, yeah.
That I haven't seen many people attempt.
Yes.
But do you have any other SNL guys that you do?
God, I did a Will Forte a couple times too, and I'm trying to remember how I did it because it's funny. Like when you come up with an impression, like you just start doing it all the time.
Yeah, you get it. You
Yeah,
get it
and
kind
you
of
just
down,
start
and then you
doing
get
it.
the rhythm of it down.
Yeah, Will
Yeah.
Forte. Other SNL guys.
I'm trying to think of. I want to work on a Bill Hader because he's got a very distinct.
Yeah, he's doable. He's very nasally.
Yeah. I want to get better at doing a Hader.
You hear so many times of people getting SNL because they do impressions of people on the show.
Which when I have submitted in the past, I've submitted my Forte because I like my Forte.
Can I hear the Forte?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so good to be here.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
That's in here with Johnno Wilson on a Tuesday morning.
And a lot of people don't understand that when he talks, he actually does have a little lisp.
He's got a little bit of a lisp, and that's not a problem.
And if you're going to make fun of his lisp, then he's going to take you out and he's going to rub you down.
He's going to take you down a peg, mister.
That's exactly right.
And guess what? I will be the last man on earth.
Yes. Great show.
Oh, dude, I loved that
Great show.
That's one of those shows that when they canceled that show,
Yeah.
that one hurt me because I was
Totally.
like, it's just getting so good.
Totally. It's just so goddamn silly.
Dude, yeah.
I loved it.
One of my favorite scenes is
is the running theme that it was in an episode of any time that a couple was making love that wasn't him, he'd be like listening to like "Shit Drives Me Crazy," like it would be blaring, and then he'd just be listening to it in another room. He knew that like it's like him,
January Jones is getting it
January
on.
Jones getting on with his friend in another room, and there's literally 4 people left on Earth, and he's like, "That's not me right now."
There was one scene of that I loved where he was like, because the other thing I realized is because he was a Groundlings guy, and like, you know, learning how to do sketch definitely helps you write TV or film because you're finding like these games in the scenes. And like he had one scene where he really wanted to apologize to everybody because he was messing everything up, and he had a gun. And so he was holding everybody at gunpoint to apologize. So he'd be like, "I just want to say that I'm very sorry for everything." Sit the fuck down! Sit down! I'm apologizing right now.
Right.
Anyway, I know that I've done everything wrong. And I just want to say, I will kill you if you don't listen to me. It was so funny.
It's so good.
I love it. I love it.
Have you heard his story of how he got on the show and stuff like that?
Vaguely. Like, wasn't he writing on like that 70s show or something?
Yeah. And that, like, his
He almost
story,
turned it down?
Yeah, dude, it's so funny because he's one of those guys who got the show who wasn't really like caring about it.
Yeah.
And so he's like, yeah, and I was like, so we're on that 70s show, and then they're like, "Do you want to come audition for Saturday Night Live?" And I was like, "I guess." Like, and it's like, and then I freaking got it.
Oh my God.
Like, it's just like one of those. It's like a person who's just like, "I'm just having a good time." You know?
Yeah, man. I mean, I wish I could approach the business more like that.
I'm constantly working on one of the best notes I ever got from a Groundlings teacher that I've applied for my career.
Yeah.
It was, I think, Kevin Burnson. Do you know that guy at Groundlings? One of the Kevins at the Groundlings. One of the teachers over there. He goes, this was the first time I took the character class.
Yeah.
It was, they made me repeat it before I got through.
Oh, really?
And it was so painful.
You brought the 10 down to your 6 to pass?
Yeah. He goes, "You know the problem with you?"
Well, that's always a good start.
Yeah. It was
Great.
so like, because it was in the review before.
Right, when you have the one-on-one.
When you have the one-on-one.
Yeah.
He goes, "You know the problem with you?" He goes, "It's not that you don't have the talent for this program." He goes, "You want it too bad. And you reek of it every single time you walk into class and every time you do a scene. You want to kill so hard." And he goes, "And you do." He goes, "But I'm not gonna pass you."
Whoa.
He goes, "Because this will be good for you." He goes, "You need to care less, and you have to be more zen when you approach this class, an audition,
Yeah.
whatever." He goes, "Because nobody's going to hire the guy that wants it as bad as you."
Yeah.
And I was like, it crushed me, but it was one of the best advice I've ever gotten in comedy.
Yeah, I mean, like...
And I'm still a guy who is considered extra, who is too big, who does this and this. I'm constantly working on being more zen about like the approach of stuff. But yeah, it was a great note. Hard to hear, but a great note.
It is hard to hear, and the thing is like it's so hard to do because so much of it is not like up to you. You can't have like a big audition, for example, and walk in and be like, "You know what? I don't care." Like that is in like your gut if you care or not, and if you can like settle it. Like there are certain times for me, like if I am doing an audition and I really want it, and I'm like, "You know what? Don't prepare as much. Like don't care as much." And then obviously it doesn't work out. There's like this line of caring enough to do the work and not being completely attached to the outcome that like when you're in that pocket, you're gold. But it's so hard to get there.
Yep.
It's so hard to get there.
Yeah.
The audition for I Love That For You had like they had already cast actually the guy from Last Man on Earth, Mel Rodriguez.
Yeah.
And so the he was leaving for some reason, and they released the casting again, and the breakdown was like 50s. Is he gay? Is he not? And I was like, well, I'm not going to get this. This is not something that they're going to give to me. So like, whatever, I'll just have fun. And I like did it and had fun. And of course, because I had that mentality of like, I'm just going to have fun.
That's the one you get.
It happened, you know? It's crazy.
Yeah. But I think it's also that mentality just in life in general. It's because you've put in the work leading up to that.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, you're zen because you've done so much work leading up to it, where you have the luxury of knowing yourself, where you're like, I'll just have fun with this.
Yes.
Because you wouldn't think that way 10 years ago. I'll just have fun for this big opportunity.
Yeah, no way.
You just can't.
No.
You can't wrap your head around it.
Yeah. Totally. It's a weird.
Yeah.
But it's like the same. It's like you're saying, it's like anything. It's like if you really like a girl and you come on too strong, she's gone, man.
Yeah.
She's gone.
She's gone. She's never coming back.
She's gone, man. Let her go.
You full court press her a little bit too hard, she's out of there.
She's out of there, man. So play it cool. Just have fun.
Just have fun, all right? Just
have fun. Oh, that's
Patrick, Patty Warbucks.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, just don't come on too strong. Just come on a little soft.
That's great. That's great.
Another one of my SNL submissions from back in the day. But he's one of those guys who is just famous enough where people have no idea who he is.
Totally, but like they say, like Bill Hader supposedly didn't do impressions.
He did some like deep,
like 40s actors and stuff. You know, like
yeah.
So hey,
you never know, dude.
Just do your thing. Have fun.
Just keep doing your thing.
Keep doing your thing.
Don't worry about it.
Beautiful.
Let's do this next segment. That's
Great.
called Wig.
Wig.
Hey, babe. Hey, babe.
Wait, James. Wait. I'm ready.
Deandra,
Yeah, James.
you ready to go viral?
I've been ready to go viral since I was a little baby girl.
Is that what you want to be when you grow up? Viral?
I want to, yeah. Like listen, there are a lot of occupations in the world. Astronaut, fireman, nail salon person. I want to be viral.
The first two are just like what they said like in grade school to us.
Yeah. I told you I've been wanting to be viral since I was a little baby girl in grade school when I was thinking about what I wanted to be, James. Don't do that. Don't neg me on live TikTok.
Okay, sorry. We're live right now on TikTok. Thanks for all the people who are tuning in right now. Maybe I shouldn't say this on the live.
Oh, great start, James. God.
Okay, Deandra. You kind of are viral right now.
What?
I have an STD.
James.
Deandra.
Did you get on me?
I don't know. You're going to have to get checked out.
When did you find out?
Like 2 weeks ago.
Where is it on your body?
Could you repeat?
Where is it on your body?
Where is it on my body?
Yeah, where is it on your body?
Well, where do you think the STDs usually are?
Sometimes it's a mouth, and I'm hoping it's a mouth thing.
It's not. It's a wiener thing.
Oh, James.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Deandra, and I'm sorry to do this on... Hey, thank you so much for liking and commenting. It really helps the algorithm.
Thanks for you guys' support.
Thank you.
It means more to me than you'll ever know.
We're setting up a GoFundMe right now for Deandra's doctor visit that's probably going to be impending doom.
Yeah, we don't have insurance, and so I'm gonna have to pay just to go in, and then I'm gonna have to pay to find out that. Do you know what it is? Can you tell me? Oh my God, is it?
It's the bad one.
HIV?
That's not what I consider the bad one, but...
That's a pretty bad one, James.
Wait, which one is that again?
It's the one that turns into AIDS.
Oh. It's not that one.
Thank God.
It's full-blown AIDS.
You skipped the HIV period?
Yeah.
You couldn't even see. This is the thing. You always move on without me knowing. You just went straight to the end game.
Yeah, because I thought you wanted me to make the most out of myself, so I went for it.
That's not making the most out of yourself. That's making yourself into a death sentence. But
no, they can cure it these days.
Magic Johnson's still alive, right?
Yeah, he beat it. He's
beat
patient zero. Well, that's not. I don't think that's the term, but you get it. He's not the first. Wait, is patient zero a guy who survived it, or is patient zero the guy?
I would guess
who
that
started
patient
it?
zero didn't get it because he's zeroing out. Patient one would be the one that has it.
So patient one is me.
Yeah, and I'm patient two.
Oh, Deandra.
How would you do this to me?
I didn't.
Who gave it to you, by the way?
A toilet seat.
What?
Yeah.
It wasn't in one of those. It wasn't in one of those things that are outside. That it's a toilet. What's it called? Porta potty.
A porta potty?
Yeah.
Thanks again for liking and commenting and sending those badges and gifts our way, because we are going to need as much money as possible to check on Deandra's hospital bill.
Yeah. Also, how much is the prescription drugs? Okay, guys, if you could give any more money to our GoFundMe, it'd be so cool. Because I need to get rid of my ads.
Anyway.
What?
I got
what
it
else
from. I didn't get it from a porta potty. That's what I was trying to. I went back to the day I got it, and it wasn't in a porta potty.
Why is your story changing so quickly and so fluidly?
Well, you said, well, I believe in all fluids, and I believe that.
That's not a thing to believe in.
No, I believe that men.
Everybody knows that fluids are real. You don't have to believe in them for anyone.
I believe that men should be fluids, and girls should be fluids, and thank you for all our supporters
Are you
who are
talking
fluids
about
out there.
sexuality, or are you talking about actual fluids?
Thanks for liking and commenting. That really
Let's
boosts
be
the
honest,
algorithm.
Gems. They're not liking and commenting because of you. They're liking and commenting because of Matt.
Oh, really? Because you're not showing any cleavage today.
Yeah, because you got to keep them wanting more. If I show them the cleavage now, you think they're going to tune back in next week? They've already seen it all.
No, that's not how the internet works. They want more and more and more and
That's
more
not
and more.
true, Joms.
Deandra,
What?
I just think that if you could show like a little bit, it would help our AIDS campaign right now. Can you just like pull it down just like you look like a nun right now.
I honestly don't know how you get me to always do this stuff, James. I really don't.
Come on, babe.
All right.
Come on. Just a little bit. Whoa. Oh, fuck. You gotta shave.
So that's why you went outside of our relationship? Because of my chest?
Because
my chest hair?
Your chest has so much hair on it, babe.
I thought you said everyone should be fluid, and if anybody has things about them that, like, you should be fluid with what you care about by my chest.
I meant other people, not my girlfriend.
Oh, so when it comes into your own house, you don't like it. But when it's out there, you can say whatever you want.
Anybody who comes in my house better be my girlfriend.
Oh my God, James, you're disgusting.
Deandra, you're disgusting. You're freaking hot.
You're so hot right now.
So hot.
You're such a jerk. And you're so hot.
Guys, keep liking and commenting.
Keep liking and commenting.
Thank you so much. The hearts and the badges are really doing a lot for my support of my full-blown AIDS and also Deandra's hospital bill of her impending doom because it might be contagious. She might already have it.
It's definitely contagious. It's 100% contagious.
I don't know. Am I patient one or am I patient?
You're patient one. You are patient heart. Hey, hearts to you guys too.
Hearts to you in the comments. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh my God, we just got a gift. They just sent a gift.
Open
That's
it
so
up.
Cool. I don't know how to work the TikTok. You're in charge of that.
Okay. Okay. Oh, 39 cents.
Oh my God. Big spender.
Yeah.
Probably because I showed my cleave.
Yeah.
You're welcome, by the way.
Leave it to Cleaver.
Jams.
Yeah, Deandra?
You're too much.
You're too much.
You're too much.
Hey.
Stop it.
You're too
you
much.
Stop. You stop it. Stop it right now.
Thank you for tuning in for our
Thank you
TikTok Live.
So much to our TikTok Live. Love you guys so much. I'll let you know what happens next week when I go to the doctor. Whoa, you need to grow some hair. Wig.
That
rooting for
TikTok
them.
couple is insufferable.
They're in trouble.
They're definitely in trouble.
They're in serious
Do you think
trouble.
that they ever got a hold of the AIDS?
No, I don't think so. I think they probably forgot after that TikTok. They probably forgot to go check themselves out. And
Yeah.
yeah, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
I think they hooked up after that, actually.
Dude, there was like some serious vibes going on.
Yeah,
between them.
dude.
Yeah.
They were into it.
It was weird because they're very combatant, but they were really like horned up.
Yeah.
Like one of them, yeah. Surprising how much hair she had.
Yeah.
Because like her face did not look like she had that kind of hair. And then,
She had light, kind of reddish hair.
Yeah.
And then just a
full bush on her chest. Chest bush. Chest pubes, dude.
Yeah.
Then the other guy, like, was he actually the woman? Because
This is why,
he had nothing going on
No,
there.
nothing.
But anyway.
Oh, God.
Let's do this final segment. It's called Sax Talk.
Nice.
Sax Talk. All right, Johnno is going to share a story of a sexual encounter.
Oh.
While I play some sweet, sweet sax along with it.
Oh, man.
Whenever you're ready, brother, I will follow you along with this saxophone.
All right. Back in about 2016, I was an assistant for a psychiatrist, and he had a podcast. And on this fateful day, he invited an adult actress to be his guest. It was a hot, hot day in California. And I got there on time. So did she. She asked where the doctor was. I said, I have no idea. He's always late. We started to get to know each other a little bit. Some small talk, if you will. She told me about a recent surgery she had on her buttocks and asked if I liked butts. I said, yeah. I mean, everybody likes butts, right? And she mooned me. I quickly checked my phone and texted the doctor, where the hell are you? I'm uncomfortable. She proceeded to ask me about myself, and I told her that I am an actor and I do some impressions. She went on her Instagram Live and started filming and asked me to do some of the impressions. I said, here's my Matthew McConaughey. How's it going, man? All right. And she said, you're so cute, and stopped the live. She asked me if I like boobs. I said, sure, everybody likes boobs. She tried to flash me. I said, stop, lady, stop it now. She made sure she settled on my lap. I said, get off. She was having none of it. We're sitting in the Rick D's studio. It was a dangerous moment. We were getting close. I said, back up, lady, back up. Now, eventually, the doctor did show up. He said, how's everything going? I said, bad. She said, good at the same time. And we did the podcast. And after the podcast was over, I thought I was in the clear. And then she said, I forget where I parked. Could Johnno help me find my car? I said, I have no idea how I would do that. I didn't park with you. She said, you'll figure it out, baby. The doctor said, yeah, go help her. I said, what are you doing, sir? We got in the elevator. It started going down. The elevator started going down. Nothing happened until she said, I'm going to pull the emergency break, I guess it's called. In the and we're going to do it. I grabbed her hand. I said no, and I prayed to God above, let this elevator get to the parking garage now. We got there. There was part of me saying, maybe I should do this. Maybe I should go for it. What a story it would be. And she held my hand and walked immediately to her car, which was right outside the elevator doors. She looked me in the eyes. I looked at her. She said, come with me. I said, no, adult actress. This is where I leave you. And as she pressed up against me, giving me a hug goodbye, which was her last-ditch effort to get me to go, I said, that's enough. Get the hell off of me. And I ran back into the elevator. Oh, Mary Carey!
Shout out to Mary Carey. Shout out, dude. Shout out. So, okay, this adult entertainer.
Yeah.
She wanted you real bad.
It was funny.
You think that she would have gone through with the act before the guy got there for the
honestly, like when I came back upstairs, the doctor was like, "How everything okay?" And I was like, "No, man. Like, what? Do you know? Like, what are you doing?" And he was
know
like,
who you sent me with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And he was like, "She's what's it called? A love addict." I guess.
Oh.
I'm not supposed to be saying this, but again, the doctor never had me sign an NDA, so I really don't care.
Hello.
And I was like,
exclusive.
yeah, right. And I was like, well, yeah, that's what it seemed. It seemed like she was just trying to get like a rise out of me, maybe, or something. But I don't know. I mean, it wasn't like there was anyone. When we got in the elevator, it wasn't like there was anyone around.
Yeah.
I really was like my like inner, Catholic boy came out, and I was like terrified.
And how old were you when you were working at the station?
I was working for the doctor as the
assistant.
I was, I was like 32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why that makes it funnier to me.
It does make it funnier. You'd think I was like 17. I was a grown adult man.
Get off of me, all right?
Please don't show me your boobies, lady. I'm just a young, almost middle-aged man.
32 is a new 21, I hear, in Hollywood. I just, try to paint the full picture for the viewers and
like
listeners.
This.
That's great.
Like I looked like this.
That's hilarious.
And I was like,
even
ma'am,
more chest hair.
Stop.
I don't know what was going on.
I mean, it wasn't like she was taking advantage of anyone. I'm bigger and stronger than her. I'm an adult man.
Yeah. The point of the story is sometimes we get hit on too,
yeah,
ladies.
It's not easy out there.
I had a lady, this will happen every once in a while at a show, and it's very weird because I never know how to react.
Yeah.
I'll be at like my merch table, like after the show, like selling shirts or whatever, and I'll have a woman who maybe she thinks she's being funny in front of her friends, will come up and just whoosh, just on my butt for no reason. Like I was bending over grabbing something, and this lady caught me so hard in the butt, and she's like, "What?" and like all her friends started dying laughing. I'm like, huh, first one's free, the second one you have to pay for. And I'm like, what?
And it's so funny. It's like the thing is though, like I it's not like I left and I was like, this is I'm gonna be able to tell my friends this is like whatever. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
If a woman's in that situation in the opposite scenario where there's an adult male film star being like, we're gonna do it. Do you like butts?
Hitting the emergency stop on the elevator.
And stopping it, like that's terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, listen.
Do you like wieners, lady?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what?
Are you into that?
I mean, I guess not yours, sir.
Yeah.
So it didn't like bother me, but I was like, this is such a ridiculous situation that I'm in right
You're
now.
like, nobody's gonna believe me.
Nobody's going to believe me because they're going to say, you're a man.
Yeah.
You're in your 30s, dude.
Right.
Come on.
I want to ask you about your Curb experience real quick, just because I'm a huge Curb Your Enthusiasm fan.
Aren't we all?
And when I saw you on there, dude, I was so stoked. I was
Dude.
like, yes.
It was amazing.
Anytime I see a buddy on Curb, I'm like, it's freaking amazing.
I know. It was so cool. I mean, I have to give props to my manager on it because when the it's all improv, you know.
Yeah.
So the audition comes in and it's basically just like, here's the scenario, do it. And so I had a buddy come over and we did it like 5 times. And because you're improvising, like they end up being like 3-minute takes. And I sent it to my manager and she was like, no, don't be funny. Don't have the other person pretend to be Larry.
Oh.
Just do it fast and get through it and prove that you can be like a grounded person.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And so my girlfriend did it with me and we got it in like a minute. And I sent it in and my manager was like, this is the one we're going to use. And then 2 days later we got the call and I was like, amazing. And the other crazy thing is when they do the shows, they don't have like a staff group
script supervisor or whatever.
No,
going on
they
there.
just have like Larry and Jeff, the director, and they like will take joke pitches for the season. And then they build the season around that. So
wow.
I have a buddy who's a fantastic writer, Teddy Bressman, and he had sent in some jokes for the season. And when I got like the full outline of what the episode was, one of his jokes was in the second scene that I was in, which was like crazy.
That's so cool.
Universe, man, the green lights.
Follow the green line.
And so like I called him up and I was like, this is incredible. And he was like so pumped. And then when I got on set, you know, I'm sitting there and I talked to the director for a minute and then they were like, LD's coming to set. And I was like, all right, play it cool. And he came in and it was just me and him in that first scene. And I was like, how you doing? And he was like, hi. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to say another word. I'm not going to bother this guy. I'm not going to be like, hey, Seinfeld was great, by the way,
right.
You know? And so I just kind of chilled and they were like, the director came over and he was like, okay, so Johnno, you're listening to what they're saying in this city council meeting. Larry's going to audibly be agreeing with it. That gets your attention. You guys start talking. In my audition, I said that I had gone to BYU, which prompted the Mormon conversation.
Sure.
And he was like, I like that you said you went to BYU, so fit that in there, and we'll see what happens. All right, let's go.
Whoa.
And I was like, you know, Larry David's sitting right there, and that's all the information you get.
Yeah.
And so
He just likes this one little fact.
yeah, we did that scene. You know, we improvised together for like 5 minutes. I think, you know, after we did the first take, I just sat and looked forward again and I wasn't going to bother him. And I think probably because of that, he knew I wasn't going to be annoying. So he was like, so where are you from? And we started talking and I was like in an AT&T commercial at the time. And he was like, I mentioned that to him and he was like, I've seen that. They're running the shit out of that. Congratulations.
Oh,
like,
nice.
And he was
nice.
so cool. He was so warm. Like we were laughing through takes after that. It was like, it was surreal.
Yeah.
It was surreal. And in like that set is so fun to be on. Cause
Well,
like,
it's an improviser's dream come true.
oh my God, man. Like everybody
It's
behind
Disneyland.
the cameras are laughing. Like everyone's like, it's just the best vibe. It was amazing.
Well,
Amazing.
that's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing. Johnno, thank you so much for doing the show, man.
My pleasure.
Where can people find you?
You can find me at Johnno Wilson,
Mm-hmm.
JOHNNO Wilson on Instagram and TikTok and all that. And then hopefully we'll be hearing about season 2 of I Love That For You soon. And
Yeah.
if people haven't watched it yet, get on Showtime and watch season 1 of I Love That For You.
Heck yeah, brother. Love you. Thank you so much
Love
for
you
coming
too,
on.
buddy. Thanks for having me.